Hi everybody and welcome back. Today's video we are doing DrawCember. It's a 31-day drawing prompt for December. And it's quite a popular challenge. So for today's prompt, day 14 of December is gift. So with that in mind, I will go into a time lapse and the aerial view camera view for you guys, and we'll see what we can come up with. Let's go. Not looking too bad, is it? And also for this day, I did a, what do you call it? Serious version of this one, which is this, which is almost finished, and I thought we'd finish it off together and in real time so that you can see what I do. And it will be with watercolours. And I'm in my Pink Pig sketchbook, as I will be for most of my sketches for the remainder of the year until I get my supply again. And I'm thinking this year I'm going to stick to these square ones because I think they are 6 inches, so that it's kind of small, but not small enough. It's big enough, if you see what I mean. If it had been any smaller, it would have been no good. But because it's square, it works. If it had been 6 inches in like an A5 format, the tall version, regular sketchbooks, it wouldn't have worked for me. It'd be too small. But because it's square, you've got equal size each side, so it's okay for me. So I'm thinking I will be getting a few more, and the price is good for these Pink Pig sketchbooks. I shop from Jackson Art Supplies, and they ship all around the world, art supplies, and their shipping rates are very, very good. And they've lowered them recently for Europe. I don't know about the rest of the world, but it's very good price. And most of their art supplies are better than on Amazon. I shop around to get the best prices, and the Pink Pig sketchbooks are cheaper with Jackson Art than on Amazon. Well, Amazon France anyway. I'm in France, so that's what I'm comparing it to. I initially did this in this Stabilo Pen 68 pens. And because they're water soluble, you can just go over the top with a damp brush and it gets rid of any white space or pen mark that might have been left behind. And being a sketchbook, you don't have to have perfect finished drawings. Literally, a sketchbook is for having fun and trying out new things. And should something turn out really, really well, and you want to copy it or trace it to professional drawing paper or watercolour paper, you just get some either trace it paper, which is paper covered in graphite, or just make your own. Just get a block of graphite or a woodless graphite pencil or regular pencil, whatever you've got, and just scribble all over the back of a sheet of paper, cover it in graphite, and then you can use it as tracing paper onto your new paper. Draw over this and it will be on your paper. There's probably a video there somewhere, isn't there? I'm going to have to do that to show you guys what I mean. But you probably already know anyway. So we'll just finish this. I wasn't sure how I would get on with a 6x6 sketchbook. All I knew is I wanted a square sketchbook, and they're actually a lot more expensive than regular sketchbooks. I suppose because there's a lot of waste perhaps afterwards with making them. But for me, I've been getting on really well. I've been more inspired since using the square, because the regular ones have been a little bit not enough space for me. I either go too far over to the right with a regular sketchbook, or they're just not tall enough. So this is better. How do you guys get on with your sketchbooks? Are you particular about the size? Or are you going to be trying a square sketchbook? I found out about square sketchbooks by following Miranda Byler. But the top YouTubers use ELO, which is American, and they don't ship them to Europe. I think you have to go on the ELO website to order direct from them and get them to France. And I can't justify the price of them. They're not, I'm not going to say they're completely awesomely brilliant. Haven't tried them, don't know. But I cannot justify the price of an ELO sketchbook, especially when excuse me, they don't seem to hold up to markers like no sketchbook does, you know. They still bleed. Not as badly, but they bleed, you know. So, for me, it's not worth the money. Okay, I'm leaving this quite simple because I don't want to detract from the importance. And after all, this is what Christmas is really about. Well, there would be no Christmas otherwise. I know, you know, we have it's been Christianized pagan celebrations, but the whole point of Christmas is this, you know, and that's the thing. So, a little bit more with the hay at the back. And then I will probably do a bit more brown, like the back of the stable. I'd never heard of DrawCember actually until a couple of days ago, searching. Well, for you guys it will be a few weeks ago, but for me at the present it's a couple of days ago, looking on Pinterest for ideas and drawing challenges, and for December really, looking for particular ideas for December, and DrawCember came up. No way am I going to be able to do a 31 day drawing challenge, but the odd day I thought was quite good, and it gears me up for next year's Inktober, where I might try it, but not every day. Okay. Also, I'd love to know, I hope guys you'll be honest with me, I need to know, do you prefer my talking videos or do you prefer the time lapses, or do you prefer a mixture of both? I know you guys prefer my aerial view for my camera, so I'd love to know the style of video that you prefer to watch. Do you prefer watching time lapses, or do you prefer watching videos where the artist is in real time? Let me know in the comments below. And now we will just finish off the surrounding background, and I shall do this as nighttime, obviously because the star is out. I mean, for me personally, with videos, going back to that, I quite like watching both. Maybe like a sped up in places drawing, but predominantly for me, I do like watching. Like if I talk about Mira Byler, she doesn't do much time lapse, she does everything in real time, and I like seeing that really, because you get to see the steady progress. For me, it's hard to do just talking videos like now without a time lapse, because you need quiet to do it, and I'm not surrounded by quietness. you know. So I have to pick the days, which could be days I'm not feeling inspired to actually do quiet videos. Hence why I've been doing more time lapses and then doing voiceovers. So again, that's another option you have to tell me about, whether you like the time lapses with voiceovers or things like that. I'm curious to know, because I want to make things better for my viewers. Because after all, without you, I'd have no channel. So please do get in contact and let me know in the comments. And this picture is almost done. I'm going to be using my Posca pen, the white Posca pen, in my new pencil case. So excited about it. I know it's silly and it's just a pencil case, but for me, as a creative type, it's never just a pencil case. It's an art material, well, like a supply thing. It's storage. It helps me to have access to more important things. Like, I deliberately went for this because it has the elastic holders here to hold 5 items that I use the most. And one of them is the white Posca pen. Because it's great for doing stars or adding in highlights. And it doesn't matter if the paper is a little wet, because it all adds to the effect. And I'm just doing a nice clear night sky. Now technically at night, the sky isn't technically black. It is very, very blue. Very dark blacky blue. But I've just done something simple because the focus is not on the sky, it is on the scene. And that's where we're going to leave it. I thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I hope you'll join me next time. Bye!